Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. This is my new channel. Thank you for being here. If you're, well, we're all new here, including myself. I did this channel because I did not want to congest the other channel, Tarot by Andy, with random spreads. So I thought I would do it because not everyone's interested in pop culture and all of that. So I wanted to separate them. I just felt it would be the best way not to upset the diehard royal fans and with a bunch of stuff they're not too into. So that is why I decided to separate them. And that way I can have more fun on this channel, you know, not have so many boundaries placed on myself, because I felt that I was really restricted and I really didn't want to upset it. So that is why I decided to launch this one. Today I would like to dig deeper into Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce. I did put a spread out saying that she tried to stop him from associating with Epstein. And I got that that's what her problem was. One of her problems was with him was that she wanted him to discontinue seeing him. There was an article that recently came out stating that very fact in regards to the divorce, that she tried to stop him. But it sounded like from the article that she was unsuccessful. So I want to dig deeper into their marital issues and get more into was she successful? Because I didn't actually ask the question, which I should have to gone deeper, and sometimes I have to do that. So I stopped it and said, yeah, she tried to stop it. And I assumed that she was successful, but according to the article, she may not have been. So let's find out if there's truth to it. Was she successful at stopping him? Did he put the brakes on the relationship with Epstein? And this deck here is by Cleo, you know, the old-fashioned Cleo deck from the 80s. She was an infomercial lady and she was all over TV in the 80s. This deck here is very good for beginners if you want to start learning tarot. You know, I might do some spreads here and there with one individual card, fully explaining it and going through the deck. So I might very well be doing that because a lot of people have been asking if I teach. So I might be doing a little bit of that too. So if you want to learn tarot, I highly recommend the Cleo deck. Very cheap. You can get them. You can pick them up for $10. Very durable paper. It shuffles very beautifully, and it doesn't. It's so cheap. But the thing is, it really holds up. And not only that, but it holds up to a Sharpie pen. So you can mark all your whole entire deck. And so that's what I would be discussing with you, and having you take a Sharpie pen and literally mark upright and reverse, or you can do strictly upright. So I'll teach you both. So anyways, that is what I wanted to mention before I start pulling cards here. Is, you know, it just really holds up beautifully for the Sharpie pen. Not all the decks hold up beautifully with a Sharpie pen, I've noticed. Because when I was teaching myself, that's how I got around not knowing tarot, was by actually marking them. And, you know, it's a great way if you don't plan on totally mastering it, to just quickly do a quick spread for yourself. You know, anybody can do it because you are tapping into your higher self and your intuition. So, you know, and then what you end up doing is triggering your own, it awakens and enlivens your own higher self and the connection that you can achieve. So I do encourage it. So here we go. Because we all have it, you guys. It just became calcified in our brain from a very young age. It's a calcification of the pineal gland is what it is. So I will get into decalcifying your pineal gland too on this channel. So here we go. Let's get started. So Melinda Gates and Bill Gates, and what was their issues? What was their issues? What was their marital issues? And was she able to get him to stop communicating with Epstein? Was she successful? Was she successful with this whole cutting off Epstein? Here we go. For starters, the very first card we have here is living in the past, and that is the Six of Cups in reverse. So the karmic relationship in reverse. I have it labeled, as you can see, the karmic relationship card, and it's in reverse. So it's sounding like she was quite successful because he was sort of probably in his mind reliving it. He enjoyed it. That's what it's kind of feeling like here. And sixes is a harmony card, and it's in reverse. So he was not harmonious with them. The harmony went in reverse. And so I would say that there was quite a level of success, and that it was also of an emotional nature, being a cup card. So it's looking so far like she was quite successful at convincing him to at least put on some brakes. The next three cards here, what I have here is the Emperor. So that is respect and leadership. He was concerned about his maintaining respect from the public and keeping some leadership with the Emperor card. And then we have here the unwanted change and disgrace, the Tower card. He knew he would face disgrace and a tower crashing moment in his life if he continued the connection. And then we have here a failure, lack of confidence. So, and he did have the olive tree in reverse. So it's looking like there was quite a bit of success from her influence. So that's what it's reading. There was quite a bit of influence. Let's keep pulling and see what did he do with that influence. Let's see. We have here the 8 of coins in reverse. So he didn't want to be scapegoated. We have the 8s in reverse. So there was an action to overcome. And it's in reverse. And this guy's making money. You know, he's working hard at making money. But he had something he needed to overcome. And it sounds like he struggled with it. And he decided he was going to try and take that fresh new path, a new beginning. And we have the Death card. So he wanted to end it, but he struggled. He struggled with it, you guys. He really struggled with it because he wanted to align himself for profit and to probably do business with him. He wanted to work on something with him. But this new path was definitely a difficult situation for him. So he struggled. He really struggled with it. He wanted to align himself. And we have here the 7 of staffs in reverse. 7s is experience. He was inexperienced and at trying to stall this and within the growth. So, and we have here the dishonesty card, the Ace of Swords. He knew that the relationship was dishonest. He knew that the communication should be shut down with the growth. And it's looking like, because I have the growth seed here and the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's looking like, and the fact that he was weak in letting him go, there was some alignment that continued. So that's sounding like the article was truth, because he did struggle, because he really wanted to align himself for money-making opportunities. I think that's why he wanted to still push forward. He felt weak in the face of it. He wanted to continue to grow the relationship, and there was some dishonesty there because the Ace of Swords in reverse, with it in the reverse, there's dishonesty. So he lied to her about the communication that he had with him, excuse me, not her, with him. So there was communication that still did go on, and he was being dishonest. He wanted to still, on the down low, he still wanted to grow the relationship, and he did have a weakness about him. Because we have all these 7 of wands, and wands is courage and strength. So he had this weakness for this alignment. There was some kind of weakness. He felt kind of drawn to him. So I'm going to say, yeah, the article was true. He continued on a certain level with secrecy and dishonesty, is what it's looking like. That's too bad, because she was the one. Most women have higher intuitive abilities and a higher self. They understand more than a lot of men. Under the surface, there's a lack of boundaries. Yeah, Jesus. I was hoping not to see this. There was a lack of boundaries on his part, so he did not have strong boundaries. Oh, not good, Bill. This can come down on him. And this is a scatter shot of this situation with the 7 of cups. It was emotional, and he wanted to gain some kind of level of experience with them, some new experiences, and that is a scatter shot of the situation. He thought that having an alignment with him would just be too many options. He liked all the options, the emotional options, being a cup card with him. So, yeah. It sounds like that was definitely a big aspect of why she got irritated. And it also came out in the article that this divorce process actually started back in 2019. So this was something they kept secret for the last couple of years, that they were actually in divorce proceedings, that they already planned this a couple years ago. So that is why. That is one of the big reasons, is she could not stop him from sneaking around and being in alignment with them. God, don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad. I know he does a lot of good with his foundations and charities, but a lot of times with these super wealthy men, they get bored, you guys. They get really bored and they get kinky because life is too good, life is too abundant. And with that level of abundance, they're like, what else can excite me? And usually it's something in the bedroom, okay? It's not going to happen by buying a bigger yacht or another plane, because they've already got all of it. So usually it just manifests in the bedroom sexually. So let's find out about that. His bedroom antics. Let's get some of that. Ooh, getting a little dark here. Here we go. What went on in the bedroom? Because that is really where the aim ends up being. You can have some very successful men do great things in life, but they get a little dark under the surface, you guys. Here we go. Let's find out what was going on. What was going on? I'll just say it in my head so I don't get in trouble with YouTube. Saying the words can get me in big trouble. Okay. Here we go. First card we have here, a karmic shift, and we have Knight of Coins. So this is a young, it made him feel young again. It made him feel like a young man. Because Knights are aggressive, just do it, and they just push forward with a new experience of, chasing after something. And he felt that basically it was hard work. He's worked hard, and it's a financial thing as well. It's earth energy. So it was just do it, chasing after targets, after what was offered, and chasing after the money-making opportunities or whatever alignment he was into. This is definitely a just do it. I'm just going to do it. And it is also, it's of the earthbound energy, which is money and people. So there you go. Yeah, just do it. I'm just going to do it. I don't care what Melinda says. Here we go. You should have listened. Here we go. We have here, yeah, I'm in control here. We have here the Six of Cups in reverse. So he was living in the past and being very unrealistic. So it made him feel like a young man, and he was seeking lovers. Wow, couldn't be more blunt. Very blunt. That is, I can't get any more blunt than that, you guys. That's just boom. Under the surface, the Hierophant. I think subconsciously he knew he was in a marriage with the conformity, and he liked the conformity on one end, and he was in that conformity with the marriage, but consciously, we have here the Three of Coins in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, collaboration in reverse. So he knew consciously he shouldn't collaborate. Consciously he knew it was a really bad idea. But with the threes, it's a creation. It's a creation of the relationship. And he knew consciously he shouldn't create this relationship. And it is also of the earthbound energy. So he knew he shouldn't do it. And consciously and subconsciously, on a deep level, he knew he was in a marriage that he needed to stay in alignment with. And but he chose to chase the Lover's card. So his subconscious, his remorse is there. He does have it, but he chose to ignore it. Let's get some clarity on the Lover's card. Let's get some clarity on the Lover's card. There you go. Please give me more information on the Lover's card. Please give me more information on the Lover's card. On the Lover's card, more information. Well, that's popping out. Going to take it. Well, there was an earthquake. So at some point in time, he earthquaked it. So that's good. Because he knew he needed to maintain his legacy. And with the 10 of coins. So there was an ending. The ending finally came. Because he knew that it would be too much of a risk. And so he did drop it. He did finally, at some point in time, say, this is going to cost me too much for my legacy. So I'm putting a stop to this. So he did. And that's good. But I think it was a little too late for Melinda. Because it's, you know, she already was putting up with him seeing an ex socially once a year, and this was probably just too much. Under the surface, we have here King of Cups, and it made him emotional and empathy. So he does possess empathy. So he's not a antisocial personality disordered individual. He's not a psychopath. Because this is the second time I've gotten empathy on him. So he does have empathy. He's not antisocial. He just is a bored billionaire. A very bored billionaire who has too much time, who has too much of everything, and nothing excites him at this point. And so that's why they do this, because nothing excites them. And then we have here the 5 of Staffs in reverse. So conflicts in reverse. He decided to shut down the conflict within the marriage. And so he did. He was no longer going to choose that road. It's also the crossroads in reverse card. He didn't want the rivalry and challenges that could be presented to him. So he earthquaked the relationship. So it was earthquaked. So that's good. And he did, but it was a little too late. It was a little too late, and it was too much on them as a couple. So that is interesting. That is interesting. I just wanted to dig a little bit into it. So there we have it. My first spread for this channel, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to keep it brief today and think about what I want to do next. Leave some comments as to what you would like me to read on. One thing that I think I am going to steer from, or I don't know how I'm going to maneuver that, would be politics. YouTube does not like politics, because the last time I did politics was during the elections, and I was penalized horribly. So I have to figure out how I can do that and get around it. I think might just be a matter of how I word things and keep out words, certain words. But yeah, that one I'm really concerned about, because it hasn't fared too well with other readers that I know, and we have discussed it privately. So I know a lot of people have been in deep trouble, and it cost them financially too. So that's another reason why I don't know if I want to do politics. But if you want celebrities, current events, horoscopes, just leave your comments and I will read them. And I could do spreads where there's multiple questions in one spread. Just do viewer question spreads just to get this channel going. So that too is a possibility. So just stay with me, and thank you for being here, and I appreciate you very much. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.